So, hi everyone, welcome. My name is Melvin Woolfolk, and I am one of the three amazing academic advisors. I'm super excited for today because it's one of my favorite times of the day, the informational session for kinesiology. And it's always a fun time because I get to learn a little bit more about some of the folks who are interested in kinesiology, and hopefully we all can learn. I can learn something from you all, and you all can teach me a thing or two. So, I'm going to go ahead and get started. My other two colleagues, Joe Wagner and Tariana Sorrell, they're also a part of the Kinesiology and Nutrition Academic Advising Team, along with our program directors, Kirsten Strawn and Josh Miller, both faculty members in the department. So I want to go ahead and get started with our brand. Our brand is Everybody Better. You all can see the screen, correct? Just want to make sure it's sharing and
Yes, we
show.
can.
Perfect. So this is our brand, Everybody Better. A couple of years back, we did a complete rebranding and overhaul. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to open up this YouTube video and play it for you guys. It's going to show you our students, them being engaged and interacting. This was an experiential learning opportunity. We have tons of other opportunities for students to get out there and get engaged. So I'm going to go ahead and get started.
Every body is a gift. Every body is a mystery. Every mystery is worth solving. How does motion work in this body? How does food affect that body? How can we improve the flow, the tone, the leap, the swing, shot, the ability to just get moving again? Can we use the science of nutrition and the science of kinesiology to challenge inequities in our diverse cities, to help us all live longer, healthier lives? Can we truly make every body better? Yeah, we can. Beautiful body of careers awaits. Take the first step with a degree in kinesiology and nutrition at the University of Illinois at Chicago. Every body better.
Perfect. So yes, that's just a brief little video. And I'm gonna go ahead and go to the next slide. So that shows you some of the things that you can do with kinesiology here at UIC and going, after graduation. But we really want to get into the nitty-gritty, which is what is our mission? What are our values? What is our vision? So our mission is that, oh, we're letting one more student in. Hello, hello. Welcome to the Kinesiology November 2024 informational session. I was just getting ready to go over who is UIC Kinesiology. So our mission is to empower undergraduate students to pursue excellence through scientific discovery, clinical practice, and health promotion. Our values revolve around student success, science and service, as well as some of the components that our students will be learning, which is the science of kinesiology, interpersonal growth, thinking and reasoning, and service or orientation/citizenship. And our vision is that UIC kinesiology graduates are leaders who excel in careers that enhance the quality of life for individuals in their communities. So that's just our snippet that we like to share in the beginning. Now I'm going to get on what makes us us. So we're located in the College of Applied Health Sciences. So we very, 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 very much believe in hands-on skills, hands-on learning. You're going to get a lot of exposure. And the best thing about our department, our college, our programs is that a lot of our faculty members, they're licensed healthcare professionals. So they go out there, they're on the scene, they're helping people, assessing what do they need in order to improve their quality of life as well as their health. So what we believe is that to be a kinesiologist and ready for your career or graduate school, it is essential that you practice and become proficient in hands-on skills. Some of those skills are palpitation, range of motion, blood pressure, heart rate assessment, postural analysis, and so many more. But that doesn't necessarily limit you in the field of kinesiology. Uh, actually, here's some more pictures of different classes that we have going on. So we do have one of the only human cadaver labs where you see one of our professors who is now retired, actually, she's dissecting the brain along with two students and they're watching it. We have a student in the middle who's holding a heart and a lungs, if I'm not mistaken. Another student, they're on the treadmill performing the VO2 max test that's determining the amount of oxygen that your body is inhaling and exhaling in order for you to perform at max efficiency or peak efficiency, whichever they say. And then right here, the professor in the blue polo, this is Professor Jandik. They teach our KN 331, which is our sports and injury management course, which is a really popular course for students who want to go into physical therapy or athletic training or some type of sports medicine. At the top, we have a student who's probably in our KM 245 class. This is what we call the bod pod, when a person can step in and it takes an analysis, a scan, and a read of their entire body in order to see, what's their water rate, what's their muscle mass, and different things like that. I will go on and on, but I want to give you guys a lot of time at the end to ask questions. So next is talking about our curriculum. So what do I need in order to earn my Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology? So at UIC, we do have a few, requirements that you have to fulfill. I'm going to go over some of the subjects, but I'm not going to go into depth on the specifics of the courses. So the first one is a university writing requirement, which is about 6 credit hours. Then between gen eds and basic sciences, students complete about 35 to 36 credit hours. Next is our required major courses, which we like to refer to as our kinesiology core. That's about 53 credit hours of kinesiology courses. Next, we have experiential learning, which is 3 credit hours of courses. And then we have electives, which is 22 to 24 credit hour course, 22 to 23 credit hours of courses. Included in those credit hours, about 6 credit hours, you're going to earn 2 advanced kinesiology courses. That can be one 300 level course and one 400 level course, which is beautiful. Our curriculum is composed with a balance of physical science, applied science, and math. Yes, you will take physics. Yes, you will take some chemistry. Yes, you will take biology. You will, of course, take anatomy and physiology. But all of these sciences are going to give you a great foundation for when you want to transition over into the health sciences. So trust the process. I promise it'll be worth it. There's enough elective space for folks to reach educational goals. And you may be wondering, what's an educational goal? So think of it as a specific career pathway. And we call them educational goals here at UIC because your advisors will work with you to ensure, are you meeting all of the admissions requirement to apply to your graduate program? Have you taken your standardized exam, whether that's the GRE or the MCAT or the DAT? What are some kinesiology courses you can be taking that could really help to widen your horizon or make you a stronger candidate? What are some minors you may want to consider adding that'll make your application even more competitive? We also offer a couple of minors. We offer a minor in kinesiology, but that's only for students who are not majoring in kinesiology. Some of the things that students study while they're in our program, of course, anatomy and physiology, assessment and programming, biomechanics, exercise physiology, motor control and learning, scientific literacy, nutrition, exercise and sports psychology. So these are some of the pillars that we teach students throughout our classes that you'll guys witness if you become admitted into our program. And some of the educational goals, I know we talked a little bit more on it, but I like to go straight to this page because it touches on it. So we have students who are on the pre-physical therapy track. We like to call that pre-PT. We have pre-med, pre-medicine students, pre-athletic training, pre-AT, pre-occupational therapy, pre-OT, pre-physician assistants, pre-PA, pre-dentistry, pre-nutrition, pre-nursing, pre-pharmacy, and pre-chiro. And this isn't really the ceiling on all of the educational goals or career pathways. Because again, there's so many career pathways. We have students who say, oh, I want to go work for, the NFL. I want to become an athletic trainer there. And we help them to get what they need to go to athletic training school and maybe opportunities to present themselves where they can become an intern, being an athletic trainer for that organization. Next, you might be wondering, okay, what if grad school isn't for me? What can I do after earning my bachelor's of science in kinesiology? We have students who go into corporate wellness, personal training, coaching, strength and conditioning, pharmaceutical sales, medical equipment sales, health coaching, recreational therapy, or even activities directors. So those are some of the professions that they're choosing right after they earn their bachelor's. We have a lot of students though who say, oh, I have a really good connection with a faculty member, or oh, I really like this industry, this career field. I wanna get my foot in the door as an athletic trainer. So if you want to be an athletic trainer or one of these other things, you may need a master's. So exercise physiologist, cardiac rehabilitationist, athletic training, college instructor, community health educator, sports management, registered dietitian nutritionist, respiration therapist, or even a physician assistant. All of those requires a master's level degree, which our advising team will be more than happy to work with you to get those classes and prerequisites needed to get into those programs. And then we have some students that say, okay, I finished my bachelor's, I want to just hop right into a doctoral program. So we have what you can do with a doctoral degree. You can go into college, you can be a professor, or you can be an administrator in higher ed. You can be a researcher, sports psychologist, consultant, content expert for an organization, physical therapist, occupational therapist, or you can even go into medicine. So there's a lot of different avenues for folks. Some of our minors even help to open up some of those doors. And one minor that I would love to talk about is our food science minor because their classes are so much fun. You get to learn, how does the science work behind food? And that opens up entry-level careers in the food science industry. Some of our fun classes include fermented food and beverages, where you get to make wine, or even our food microbiology course, where you can learn the different bacteria that's used in order to make good foods that we enjoy. There is the minor in kinesiology, but like I mentioned, you cannot be majoring in kinesiology if you want a minor in kinesiology. And then we have my personal favorite, the minor in nutrition, which I oversee. This is for the folks who may not want that much of the science, but really enjoy the food. If you love food, if you want to learn some interesting things, cool things, and have amazing experiences working with food, the minor in nutrition is a great way to go. And what also makes our program really great is that our students are working towards different certifications. So we have faculty members who are partnered, who have memberships with all of these professional organizations. So some of our students receive discounts for going and sitting at that exam. So through ACE, we have a few folks who are members of that professional organization, and students are able to go and get certifications, become personal trainers or group fitness instructors. We even give students this table so they can see what courses they should be taking in order to do their best on these exams and earn their certification. And these certifications help them to be even more competitive when they apply for things like graduate school, medical school, pharmacy, dentistry. There's ACSM, which is the American College of Sports Medicine. I'm not going to go through all of these because, again, I want to make more time for you all, the students at the end, but I just wanted to give enough time for folks to just see this page, look at it, they can pause it, get the information, and go. So, next is our experiential learning and our engagement opportunities. So we do have students who are out there, they're getting different opportunities. We have some folks who are completing the internship, which, they're working, 10 to 20 hours a week with an org, with a facility, and they're getting great exposure. The good thing about our internship, it has a 94% employment rate, guaranteed employment rate. So students do so well in this opportunity that they're able to go and get full-time employment. After that, we have our undergraduate teaching assistant, which we like to call UTA. We have students UTAing for all sorts of classes, KN 136, 137, 152, 237, and so on. Next is study abroad. We had a group of students just go over the summer to the Olympics, and it's a cool opportunity. We have an upcoming study abroad that'll be taking place in summer of 2025, where students will go over to Australia and they'll study sports sociology. They'll look at things like rugby, they'll look at different things and how sports have made a cultural influence and impact onto that country. So really cool. There's some research opportunities where professors are always working on different grants and different opportunities, volunteer and community engagement, and even student organization. So it's a great way to get more exposure and get additional opportunities under your name. So that way you can go out there and you can know your stuff. I love these next two slides because they talk about a few different folks who have careers in kinesiology. So right here we have someone who's a physical therapist supervisor who went through the physical therapy program. They work in orthopedics and physical therapy. We have someone in medical school working in general/trauma surgery. We have another person that works in the public health aspect, and they focus on clinical and community exercise interventions in clinical and community. We have someone right here. She works in treating women in orthopedics. I'm not gonna read. Oh, women and pregnant women with pelvic pain and inconsistent issues. Perfect. We have another person up here. They're doing their, but they did their bachelor's and now they work as a CALU for the Air Force Civilian Service as an performance enhancement and injury prevention specialist. Someone up here got a PhD and they're a human factors scientist consultant. We have a neuro exercise specialist right here that focuses on conditions like stroke, TBI, spinal cord injuries, and MS and Parkinson's disease, and using exercise to help minimize their symptoms and improve ADL, active daily living. We have right here a person who specializes in oncology and exercise and gas agement. Again, trying to hurry up and go through this because I don't want to take up all of you guys' time. I want to give you more time for questions. We have someone up here who actually is a coach for U.S. Paralympic basketball team. They're also an assistant professor at Oakland University. One person right here who's a research scientist at the Geneva Foundation, and they're focused on military medicine through research and development. We have someone right here. Oh, I ended up going to the next page. My apologies. We have someone right here who is a technical strength and conditioning coach for the Army's H2F program. One person up here, they're doing robust background and conditioning research studies. This person right here, they're doing health and fitness branding in Chicago. And then we have someone who is the director of training for River North Strength. So lots of different areas of exploration for our students to go in. If you are a high school student, this page is super important. If you're watching this, feel free to pause, get this information. If you guys want to take your cameras out and just take a quick picture or screenshot this, feel free to. So high school students in the past, they had an average GPA. The admitted student had a 3.5. The average ACT score was a 27, and the average SAT score was a 1204. UIC is still test optional. So if you don't feel like, oh, I don't know if I did my best, my score is low, any insecurity you feel about your score, you do not have to upload that score. Recommended courses that we always try to tell students to take that we will be looking for in your transcripts: biology, chemistry, math, anatomy and physiology, psychology, any type of health coaching type of course, we'll look for that. And we want you to identify some career goals that align with kinesiology. So what population do you want to work with? How do you want to help that population thrive? We encourage you to use unique experiences to demonstrate exploration. And we do also want students to apply early action / GPPA, but early action is over for this window because November 1st is the deadline. But it's not too late to apply GPPA. And for transfer students, prerequisite coursework, if you're a transfer student, you may want to take a picture of this page. If you are a current UIC student switching from one program to another program, this page is also from you. So prerequisite coursework for admissions, we do want to see some B's or higher. C's are okay, it happens, but we really want those B's and A's because that's the 3 to 4.0 range. English composition 1, so that's English 160, along with 2 of the 3 following courses. Biology with a lab, so that's equivalent to BIOS 110. Chemistry, so we need to see Chem 101 or higher, or even math, which is college algebra. That's math 110, or even our math 121 here at UIC. We want students to have a minimum cumulative in science prerequisite coursework GPA of a 2.5. So if you go on your degree audit and you see that it's not a 2.5, you might need to hold off on applying. But that doesn't mean you're not going to work hard and getting in. It just means you need a little bit more time to get your results. And then we want to see folks who are on good academic standing. If we see that you're on probation, we're going to automatically decline because unfortunately that is UIC policy and we have to follow the rules. So we're doing great on time. I want to invite you all to follow us on Instagram. We have a very active Instagram page, lots of great content. It's a great way to get engaged with our applied health science community. So make sure you go out there and follow. We have the Facebook page that has some cool events on there. We're also on LinkedIn. If you want to stay connected, feel free to take a picture of this page. You can email myself. I am the point of contact for all prospective students. If you guys need to meet a one-on-one meeting with me to talk a little bit more, feel free to just shoot me an email, let me know. And yeah, that's all I have for you. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna stop recording, which